You might be wondering why I'm at CarQuest. I'm going to tell you why right now. Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio, and I'm here at a friend's workplace. I've commandeered his office, or he's allowed me to utilize his office to give you this important message. So, what is this episode about, the DO Boxing Show, about today? Well, my friend is in boxing, so not only is he a coach, but he works as well in management, and it brought to mind something that's very important for me, and something that I see that's not happening in boxing. So, what I'm talking about is, in past episodes I've said you have to have a plan when you're in boxing. You got to plan out what you're going to do and how long you're going to do it. But today I'm going to get very specific about one thing. You need to work, and you're going to have to work after your boxing career. Because regardless of how long you're boxing, even if you are a phenom like George Foreman and fight until you're 45, you've still got another 15 years of work, or maybe that might even be 25 years of work before you can collect old age security pension. So what are you going to do for that time? And have you sucked away or socked away enough money to give yourself a pension? What kind of lifestyle are you going to live? These are all the things that you need to think about, because you don't want to wait until the end of your career before you start thinking about it. So this is my suggestion here. When you are planning out your boxing career, there's no problem in planning out to be a world champion, because that should be the goal of everyone. There's no plan in planning out, oh, I'm going to have a 5-year career or a 10-year career. Whether you're going to be an amateur going to the Olympics, you're still going to look to go in the national team and make money and get paid so you can sustain yourself. Or whether you're looking at going as a professional, and even though you might have to pay for your fights at the beginning of your career, we'll talk about that in another episode. Later on, you're going to look to become a world champion and make significant money. But you have to plan, what are you going to do outside of boxing or after your boxing career? That's what you got to think about. And whether it is having a trade, working in business, you can plan those things from the very beginning of your career. So yeah, you're going to be training all the time. But in that downtime, what are you doing in that downtime? Aside from having fun. You're going to need little breaks from boxing here and there, and when you have a plan about what you're going to do after boxing, you can chip away at those small things when you have those breaks. You get injured, you're not going to be fighting for a while, you can take a course that's going to pertain to that job later on, or you can start looking into finding out where you need to go, who do you need to meet. You can start networking in that area or in that field, and that's going to help you. Because if you wait until after you finish fighting, or 40, 45, before you start looking to establish a career, there's nothing wrong with that, but you'll be much further ahead had you planned that near the beginning, say, of your fighting career. So that's my advice. If you want further advice or how to break that down, how to make that happen, remember DO, International Boxing Consulting, $50 an hour, and I can take you through that step. Or if you know someone that is good at just plain organizing, it might be your sister, it might be a school counselor, those are free avenues that you can take. And always, there's Google, which can tell you basically how to do it for yourself. But that's just a piece of advice I wanted to give you. Remember, you can always ask us any questions related to boxing by sending us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO or through email, okposio@hotmail.com. Remember, you can also subscribe through YouTube to get every episode of the DO Boxing Show by going to YouTube, going to Dameon Okposio, and subscribing. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and we'll catch you on the next one.